Good morning and welcome back, YouTube. It is Thursday, July 6th, 2023, 11:04 a.m. My electric bill due today. I have not called SRP. I have SRP, not APS. I haven't called Cox either. Haven't called the Costco Visa people either. But I have made progress on this. And does it look absolutely atrocious? Yeah, of course it does. Put a little extra light on the situation. Yeah, I got rid of the colored light bulbs. I've completely lost the remote for it. It's somewhere in that mess over there. Yeah, it became too annoying dealing with that. At some point I'll do something cool with those bulbs. I do like those bulbs, but I just had to put a normal light back in here for my own sanity. And while it doesn't look like much, if you look at other videos of my desk, it was piled as high as it is on the right all the way across. So that's space, that's progress. That's a box full of stuff that some of it I should probably throw away, but it's stuff at this point I'm keeping and sorting out. Some of it's important, not very important papers. Very important papers are going that way right now, but some of it's semi-important papers, and some of it's just stuff that has memories. Of note, things that I found today. This doesn't look like much, but it's an old flyer, and while it says Friday, July 27th, unfortunately, Yucca Tap Room, unfortunately it doesn't say the year, and I wish I could remember what year this is written down. This is obviously something I found going through other boxes of old papers that I had put on my desk and proceeded to get lost in the current mess on my desk, because this is much older than the stuff on my desk. But probably the only worthwhile song I've ever written, because while I've loved singing, I've never been a songwriter. But I'll tell the story of that once I get in the car. I need to get moving. But important things that I've found. Title of the Saturn. Social Security card I found in another room. I do have some mail from DES I need to open, and a bunch of other mail that strikes me as probably important that I need to open. Found a certified copy of my birth certificate. That's a big deal. Still have not found my EBT card, but I'm pretty optimistic it's in that mess, and I'm making progress. And I know this room just looks absolutely atrocious, but at this point, progress is progress. So I'm going to take this. Still waiting for my Visa, my Wells Fargo. This is the arsenal of devices that's going with me today. That's the iPhone 6s Plus. Screen has pretty much stopped reacting to my touch. And the battery is getting really, really tired. It's my iPhone 7 Plus. The home button has never worked on this thing properly. The front camera is absolutely shot. The battery's great, go figure. But again, they both have the same screen issue. And it seems to stem from getting damage like down in this area. As you can see, there's a big hole there. And that one there, I put a little piece of tape in place to make sure I didn't lose the home button, because it was loose. But yeah, yesterday is when a little piece of glass fell out, the same general location right there. And that seems to be, once that piece is gone, it was the same thing when that little piece came out there. Once that little piece is gone, that's when it starts having trouble registering touch. So I haven't been able to upload any videos. The next chapter of the vlog that I need to upload is one I put a lot of effort into it, and it's sitting on iMovie there. So everything's going to stand still as I work on adding details to old videos. I spent a lot of time on vlog number 1088.2 today. And is that something important I need to be working on? No, not really. But this phone here, that is the one that is actually my daughter's. I mean, she gave it to me, but she needs it back. Once I get all my stuff out of it, I'm going to give it back. It's got that funny little logo on it. That's for the company Blue, which I'd never heard of before this one. And this device is working absolutely great. No issues with it at all. But again, it it's my daughter's. I'm going to get it back to her. I just need to finish the stuff I'm doing on it, and that's where the source videos are for the day that I had my job interview at K-Power, and then the next day when I went back and got I'm shooting video with Obamaphone 3 right now, and it's the little thing, you can tell it's having trouble telling which way to orient the phone. That is one issue with the Rebel 4. A lot of times it has trouble maintaining the angle it's at. It just is really eager to rotate more than it should be. This has the source video from the day I had my interview, and then the day I went back and got certified from them. And those are some pretty significant vlogs for me. And the one I worked on was mostly, it was when I was coming from the interview, and I did kind of an exploration of the area around Metro Center, and pretty interesting stuff in there. And I'll try to remember to put a link to it in this video. But yeah, I fleshed out the description for that one. This is Obamaphone 4, and that is Obamaphone 5. Obamaphone 5 is awful. At some point today, I definitely need to call Assurance Wireless and find out if it is, because I got an email from them late last night saying, hey, you haven't activated your phone yet. So if there's something additional I need to do with them to get that thing going, then I need to get that thing going, as god awful as it is. And so I have a way to make a phone call, because at this point it's very difficult to make a phone. It's between difficult and impossible to make a phone call on the iPhone 6s Plus, and it's the only one that has service. Anyway, on that note, I'm heading out. I'm heading outside. It is, that one has no battery. It is 11:13 a.m. and I definitely want to get since I haven't found my ABT card, I definitely want to get my free lunch down at St. Vincent de Paul. And I have one transit day pass left. So I'm going to drive to the park and ride and then take the train down. Well, no, I better drive all the way down there. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it in time for lunch. Well, crap. I forgot to put the damn sunshade up in the windshield again. So it's actually not as brutally hot in here as I would expect it to be, but yeah, I'm going to have to resume this video after I get a little airflow through the car. Otherwise, I'm just looking at overheating this damn phone. Wow, here's that big white shuttle van still in the same place. I would love to know what the story of that is. So, yeah, it doesn't feel as hot as it has been. Doesn't feel as hot as it has been lately. So, I'm going ahead and starting video right now. I just pulled my iPhone 7 up. Yeah, that thing isn't even charged up. Oh, damn it! Which reminds me, the blue phone still uses. It's old enough that it has a micro SD charging port, and I didn't. Wow, I really screwed up. Not only did I not bring a micro SD charging cable with me, actually, it feels like I probably have a USB-C charging cable in my back pocket. But yeah, I was going to bring a micro SD charging cable so I could, while I'm in the car, also charge the blue phone. And yep, forgot that. It's pretty low because I've been working on going through a whole lot of videos and other files to clear stuff off of it. One thing I find very curious about that phone is my daughter Allison many months ago told me that she had got suspended from, like, permanently suspended to the point she didn't think she could open another account on Snapchat.
And prior to that, we generally communicated on Snapchat. Snapchat's generally the most efficient way of communicating with people because I can move it from phone to phone to phone. Like right now, somebody trying to text me is going to have a hard time getting through to me because of my screen being screwed. It's not like I mean, granted, if I had another decent functional phone, I could put this SIM card in there and probably transfer the service over, but I really don't. Not right now. I mean, probably the best, most functional phone I have right now is Obamaphone 3, which I'm using right now, but I think there has to be some kind of a process that Assurance Wireless does, or T-Mobile does, for them to unlock that phone. And I've gotten a message from them that it's eligible to be unlocked because I've had it long enough. But getting through, as I mentioned the other day, getting through to a person who will actually answer the phone and help me on Assurance Wireless these days is not an easy thing to do. So yeah, quick, and it's still like it's a time-consuming thing. Putting a SIM card into the phone, time-consuming thing. Getting my phone fixed, time-consuming thing. It involves money that I don't really have at the moment. And whereas logging in on Snapchat, I can take any crappy device, tablet, whatever. In fact, my daughter told me she used to do, which obviously she hasn't done in ages, but she told me what she used to do. And for what it's worth, Snapchat does have a web version now, where you can use it from a web browser. Oh, this traffic isn't good. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but this is not normal for this time of day. There's got to be some kind of an accident or some shit here. Man, this is why I generally always check the Google traffic view before I head out.
The Dow falling about 1.5% in midday trading as ADP data showed private sector jobs jumped by close to 500,000 in June, far more than in May and more than double what the street was expecting.
Is it counterintuitive to see a good job support lead to a negative outlook on the stock market?
Not really, because I think what they are doing, the stock market is looking at things down the road. It's predicting what's going to happen. So the anticipation now, because of good job numbers, is that the Fed is going to be more inclined for an interest rate hike. And so with interest rate hikes, those are the big concerns about the slowing down of the economy because businesses don't have access.
Me getting stuck in traffic in this car, obviously they're not giving a quick traffic report. I don't want to hear any of that other crap on KTAR. But yeah, me getting stuck in traffic is just a formula for this car overheating. It did get kind of overheated at one point. Pretty bad, like right after I picked up Allison. And I didn't even particularly get stuck in traffic. There was just a couple of plate times where I was just sitting at red lights and idling, and I had the air on. And it just does not take much from this car, especially in the heat, to go from just fine to overheated. Beginning to wonder if this lunch is worth it. The gas, expensive gas, and this traffic jam was not something I factored in as even a possibility. Yeah, it's 11:19 plus 3, so 11:22 p.m. right now. Generally speaking, 11:22 p.m. It's smooth sailing downtown on the 202 to the 10. I don't know what the deal is right now. It could be probably an accident. I said I didn't check traffic. Oh, yes, I got... Oh! I'm running it. Don't give a fuck, I'm running it. Didn't look like that guy was going to yield. He was already past the crosswalk. Holy crap. Quite the little homeless encampment going there on the right on the ADOT property. I don't know if my camera caught that, but I just turned my head as I was kind of sitting in traffic and saw it. And, that was a big yikes. Yeah, they they spring up quicker than the city's capable of doing anything about it. And supposedly the shelter availability of shelter bed situation is being addressed by the city, but a lot of the that guy apparently has no interest in going to shelter. Now, for what it's worth, what was it, last Wednesday night? It's Thursday now, so not last night, but the Wednesday night before that. That was the night, and I didn't vlog while I was down there, but that was the night I went into the zone. And was just kind of hanging out to kind of cope with my loneliness. So the loneliness was just particularly painful that night. And depression. And being down there is oddly comforting for me. I can't fully explain that, but like I said, I go down there and I just feel kind of some community there. Anyway, while I was down there that night, at one point there were some guys that were like, it was kind of like a bum fight going on right there in front of the, on the corner, I want to say Madison, the core of the zone is east and west on Madison. And there's some other areas around it, but Madison is just that's Madison Street. It's Madison Street. It's the longest stretch of it. And that's still there, and it's getting thicker and thicker on Madison Street as they're clearing out areas adjacent to it. Anyway, while I was down there, and there was this bum fight going on, intersection of 12th Avenue and Madison, you go south from Madison on 12th Avenue, and that goes to a gate, a security gate, which is the entrance to the Human Services campus, which contains multiple shelters, the main one being Cash Shelter. I do believe they use some of the other, they do set up bunks and beds and whatever, and some of the other, okay, that guy's just gonna pass me. It was looking like there was an ambulance coming up behind me, but it was going the other way. Phoenix driver. Oh, there we go. I parked in the bike lane. Yeah. That's the thing. People park in the bike lanes, don't think anything of it. Then again, I'm not seeing any bikes in the bike lanes, but hey, it's probably like 106 right now. So who the hell wants to bike in this direct sunlight? It's a good way to get a heat stroke. But anyway, when I was down there at that intersection, that's what the main gate is, the Human Services campus, and there's shelters and stuff in there. There was a worker from the shelter that was out there, and the security was there trying to make sure that there was no actual, like, a lot of posturing and yelling and stupidity, but there weren't any fists flying. But security was there ready to take care of it should any fists start flying, right there in front of the Brian Garcia Welcome Center. And when I was there, one of the workers did ask me if I wanted a bed in Cass. So obviously there are shelter beds available, and people like, the guy that was there squatting with this little encampment at his little encampment at 32nd Street, adjacent to the 202 freeway. Yeah, obviously that guy doesn't want to be in a shelter bed, or he'd be down in Cass trying to get one, because apparently they are available. I'm trying to get a look at Google Maps to see if I can get on the I-10 over to 7th Street. So I'm concerned about the car overheating if it don't. All right, the screen still kind of works. Oh yeah, as predicted, there's an accident right in the middle of the mini stack that is blocking 202, and it's clear from here to 7th Avenue. So let's need to, oh my God, it is hot in here. Turn right. I need to stay in motion. As long as I'm in motion on freeways, like the car is perfectly fine. I've got jaywalkers there on the left. Oh, my camera caught them, but two people jaywalking. And you know, it kills me when they jaywalk just a little bit off the intersection. Like those guys were so close to the crosswalk there, which had a walk signal at Roosevelt, but heaven forbid they actually walk to the crosswalk and cross where they're supposed to. They just stumble right across the road. Society is decaying. It's falling apart. That's all I can say about that. So, oh, fuck. So much for getting on this freeway. Yeah, as long as I'm in motion on freeways or in motion on stroads, not stopped at red lights like this, the car is fine. I can crank up the air conditioning. In fact, like, after it overheated and we were over at CVS, my daughter and I, and realized that pharmacy was closed, I got on what was left of my iPhone. That's when I noticed just how bad my screen was getting. It's kind of hit and miss on it working, but I mean, it's not good enough that I can do my editing in iMovie. So current vlog chapter I'm getting ready to upload, like I'm stuck there with my uploading. And I don't want that one to become a lost vlog. That one's, it's getting put together pretty well. And it might be the first example, the first time I've ever used footage shot by a friend and incorporated that into my vlog. So this is, yeah, I don't want that to become a lost vlog and get lost out of sequence. I just don't. Come on, guys, it is a green arrow. Just go. So I can turn, I got a long sleeve shirt on today. Maybe not the wisest decision, but I've noticed I'm kind of getting a bit of a sunburn from being out and about. And I was thinking maybe it would be good to wear something light colored. It's like fluorescent yellow. Wear something light colored instead of something black. All right, Obamaphone 5 to the rescue. Obamaphone 3 overheated. I'm not quite sure where it cut me off. One point I glanced up at the screen and it puts like a giant white square in the middle of the screen with an image of a thermometer. So it's real obvious that it's happened. I'm not sure exactly when.
All right, welcome back, YouTube. I am back on Obamaphone 3. I don't know why the hell Obamaphone 4 wouldn't, Obamaphone...
Right, Obamaphone 5.
What the fuck is going on here?
All right, Obamaphone 5 to the rescue.
Jeez. That phone is retarded. Did I say about it? If I mentioned Obamaphone 5 is awful, I'm just trying to get the thing to show me the time, and it's like playing back what little bit of recording I managed to get. That was annoying as fuck. It's making me appreciate Obamaphone 4. Obamaphone 4 was doable. So, still Thursday, July 6th, 11:44 a.m. I need to get my ass down to the Human Services campus. Wow, this thing is still... I don't understand. I'm just going to see if I can power it off. It just keeps playing sound, even though it's on a lock screen. That shouldn't even be possible. What the actual fuck is going on with you? Just shut off. Damn. Yeah, that device, that new UMX, that's the first time it's done that shit. That makes zero sense to me. Like it was, I don't know if y'all could hear the sound of it. It just keeps, I can hear my voice coming from it, but it's on a lock screen. That shouldn't even be possible. That makes zero sense. Frustrating. So yeah, I've spent more time bitching about Obamaphone 5 than I actually spent recording on it. I don't know, for some reason when I tried, because Obamaphone 3 overheated. Well, I was on the freeway because I just kept getting stuck in traffic, and that's just a formula for that car overheating and the air conditioner not working and just my existence in the car turning to a living hell. Meanwhile, check out this police car. It's a Studebaker. I've got this one on video before. It's pretty awesome. I love that. I'm curious who owns this, because I keep seeing this one parked in this general area. I'm guessing probably that Back to Basic Automotive. Maybe they specialize in that kind of restoration. really know, but it's freaking cool, whatever it is. Oh, that's Justice Center right there in front, which I've mentioned, and I've mentioned I didn't really know what the deal was with them. All right, let's see if these guys respect pedestrians in a crosswalk. So at one point, as we were driving back from the CVS in Tempe, and my daughter and I are kind of having this competition of who's got the worst life. I'm like, hey, you've at least got your youth. What do I even have to look forward to at my age? I said, I'm just going to lose more teeth and get older. I said, I don't feel like I have much chance to get out of poverty at this point. And she's like, and then what does she point up as a plus? She goes, well, hey, when you're 55, you can go into Justice Center. So apparently this is a like shelter community center for homeless people that are 55 and older. So I didn't know that. Learned something new today, or yesterday. But anyways, okay, good times. It's like, you know, I said if I can't pull myself out of this, and I'm still, wow, we got a burnout fire area here. That's classy. Said if I'm still homeless, or not homeless, but you know what I'm saying, like if things don't get better by the time I'm 55, or things don't get better, I'm trying to remember what I said. It was something along the lines of, if things don't get better, I'm not sticking around for 55. No, just not. Fuck that. I got the police rolling through, not appearing to do anything of any use here. Wonder if I'll run into that old guy that was yelling at me yesterday. I just shut it off. We started yelling yesterday, but the other time I just rolled through and kind of engaged him. If I do see him today, I think I'm gonna kind of engage him a little bit. So I've been thinking, like, he's like, oh, get your camera out of here. It's like, hey, we're in a public place. But bottom line with that guy, you know, this isn't about him. This is about me. This is my vlog. This is my journey, and you know, and it's like, dude, I'm not here filming you. I'm here filming my adventure and my what would you call it? My struggles. My struggles with homelessness. That's what I'm filming. You can document your own life, and I got the right to document mine. So, anyway, hopefully I made it here for lunch on time. I'm going to say more about what happened with Allison, but I'm just about to the gates. I'm gonna shut this down. But yeah, I probably should have woke her up. I don't know. I just want to go get lunch. Still haven't found my EBT card, and I just don't really have any money to be spending on food right now. My apologies for the vertical video, but I managed to come up on a couple of Capri Suns over at St. Vincent de Paul, and a little too big to put in my pocket with all the other crap I got in my pocket, and that's Justice Center. Hey, I could go there once I turn 55. It's only 2 years and a month away. God, I hope I have no reason to be coming down here in 2 years. Although, knowing me, I'll still be kind of documenting what else is going on down here. I don't see Phoenix solving this problem within 2 years. I just don't. It's just too big of a problem. And I forget the date that they got their hearing coming up. I know it's probably next week that they got the hearing in the lawsuit against that was brought by the property owners and business owners, particularly the owner of Old Station Sub Shop, against the city of Phoenix for letting that area become as bad as they've let it become. If I can make it to that hearing, I totally want to go. I mean, I know they don't allow recording within the courthouse, but I want to go if I can do it.
mean, I'm crossing my fingers I'm back to work by then. I'm also crossing my fingers it's not at the same time as my hearing in the Phoenix Municipal Court. But I think I should look that up when I get home. So that's my third lunch at St. Vincent de Paul. The portions were a little... didn't expect Capri Sun. Shit, I normally just expect a cup of water with a pitcher that I can refill it multiple times. That's what I expect. But yeah, I got 2 bags of Capri Sun, and then one of the other guys that was cleaning handed me another one and goes, I got an extra one. And I'm sure it's one that somebody brought and just left there, but whatever. It's sealed. It's clean. I'm fine with that. Oh, hey, welcome to Maricopa County. Oh my God, it's hot out today. 800 West Washington entrance, visitor parking. Not quite sure. Oh, State Industrial Commission. Yeah, State Industrial Commission is here. I also think the State Liquor Board is in this general area as well. Just kind of looking at Google Maps, trying to figure out what some of the stuff is down here that I don't know what it is. Particularly those like 6, 7, 8 houses that are all like old school red brick houses, small houses with the nice solar panels on them, but the pretty hardcore security gate around them. It looks like it's some kind of municipal housing project. I just don't know. And I thought, well, maybe if I look at Google Maps, maybe it'll have something listed. I mean, most apartment complexes list the name of the apartment complex, and I would think if it's something public that there would be a name posted. But what I saw on Google Maps was actually quite unexpected. All right, the camera app on Obamaphone 3 just crashed for no apparent reason. I'm not sure entirely where it cut me off. And the bummer is y'all missed one of those silly little parking enforcement cop cars that looks like it's straight out of the movie Idiocracy. I'm not entirely sure what model of car it is that they use for those, but holy Christ, they look goofy. It's actually a really appropriate vehicle for what they're using it for. And actually I could think of a whole lot more specific instances in which that particular car could potentially be an effective cop car. I mean, you know, are you going to take somebody into custody and arrest somebody in that little tiny thing? No, probably not. But it's not like, you know, if that person's a sworn police officer, it's not like they can't make an arrest, keep somebody in cuffs, if needed, sit them in the front seat with the air conditioning on so they don't, you know, die of dehydration while one of the SUVs comes along and transports them to the county jail. There's options with those, and it sure seems like it'd be a hell of a cost-saving measure versus putting gas in those giant SUVs that Phoenix PD primarily uses. But they sure do look silly. At the same time, they sure do look silly. So, man, I knew there was that construction coming on the right. Every time I see that sort of thing, it kind of frustrates me because, you know, when you're working, say you're doing some construction on your own house, you need to do it within the confines of your own property. But these big money property developers, when they're working on something, they can close a whole damn lane of the road and inconvenience everybody for their private development. And it doesn't seem right, but, you know, golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. So anyway, I was talking about how, yeah, Google Maps, it's kind of odd. When I got cut off on my phone and the camera app crashing, which doesn't happen very often on this phone. Generally speaking, with Obamaphone 3, the only real issue I've been having with it lately is just it overheating, and that's kind of understandable because it gets brutally hot in this car right now. With all the issues it has, and just how damn hot it is right now. I mean, I think we're looking at one teens for like the whole rest of next week, and probably into next week as well. The rest of this week into next week. All right, you need to get your parking lot out of my lane, dude. He's got his blinker on, but he doesn't seem to be actually changing lanes. Come on, you can do it. I'm just going right back home. Hopefully, hopefully she's up and she's ready to handle stuff. Our agenda for today was we're going to start the day, take her. I'm thinking starting the day at like 7 a.m. Now, I think I got up about 7 or 8 a.m., somewhere in there. Speaking of about 7, 8 a.m., because I'm not looking at the iPhone because the screen's all whack, I missed a push-through message from Winolo. There was a gig that popped up, some kind of warehouse gig that popped up. I didn't see exactly what it was. It was in the push-through message. I just clicked on it, assuming it was going to go straight through to the app. And it ended up going, it opened up the app, but it went to an error. It's kind of a weird, senseless, like whatever the error said, it didn't, it was pretty cryptic. It didn't provide me any useful information. And then from there, I went to the screen to see available jobs, and there's no available jobs in Phoenix. So apparently there's other people on that Winolo app watching it, trying to get them shifts, and whatever shifts they were, they're gone by the time I noticed it while I was eating lunch. So that sucks. It'd be nice to pick up a shift somewhere off Winolo, providing it's something that doesn't require any work in my car. My car is really not capable of doing any driving. In fact, I'm starting to have second thoughts about whether or not I'll be able to pull off Domino's, but I'm if I get the Domino's gig and I have a set date that I start actually delivering, I don't have any qualms with going to Rob before that, even though I know I don't have any money for him right now, and say, hey, this is on, I'm delivering here, and I will have money, I'll have tip money for you tomorrow. Can you get this fan situation resolved now? But yeah, I'm not going to do that right now when I owe him money and I can't pay him for it. All right, I don't know why that guy is going so slow in the passing lane. It used to be truckers were the best drivers on the road, but at this point it seems like most semis are filled with rookies that just really don't know how to drive. But yeah, by me not passing on the right, we're getting quite a build up behind me. So that guy needs to learn the rule of the road, which is keep right, except to pass. No, he's still not coming over to the right lane. He's still staying in the left lane. That guy's got a CDL. That just shows the state of bad drivers today. Just got a push through message on that video of the guy criminally speeding on the Loop 303. It said MYOB, which I think stands for Mind Your Own Business. Safe roads are everybody's business. Everybody should be concerned about safety on the roads. My business, everybody's business. Everybody's got a driver's license. They should be concerned about it. So, anyway, the game plan with Allison was to get up early, head up to the methadone clinic and 28th Drive and Cactus before it got busy, and then come down to the Human Services campus or wherever else. She said she knew about some programs, one with utility assistance, one with rental assistance, and she was going to guide me through that. And then she said she was working on getting things done. Like, she seemed very frustrated yesterday that's like, yeah, I can't get anything done because it's just taking so long, but yet she's not getting her ass out of bed and getting down there when they open up them offices. It's just if you're wanting to get that assistance, you need to be up when those offices open. You can't leisurely wander in at 3 or 4 in the afternoon and expect you're going to get any help. And then by being belligerent to people and telling them, instead of being thankful, by being belligerent and be like, don't judge me, you're judging me. Yeah, that's not helpful either. Anyway, I'm curious if she'll be home when I get home. I expect her to still be passed out on the couch, which is fine. I have things I need to get done. I need to get them done at home. I mean, the lunch was good. I'm glad I got it. A couple of cool bags of Capri Sun. Definitely a good thing to have some more beverages in the fridge until I get my EBT card. But right now, I should have EBT benefits should be on the card right now. So I need to just keep cleaning in my bedroom and find it and keep editing those videos down so I can give her the blue phone back. And get a hold of the power company and Cox regarding my internet and also Wombat. Now, the auto payment's not coming through for 2 more days, but still, I need to get on top of the thing with Costco. I highly doubt that my deposit has come through from Manolo yet. So frustrated I missed that notice. I need to get that app running. I need to have that app up and running, and in order for it to constantly give you job offers, you need to have it tracking at all times, as opposed to, like, generally speaking, when it asks about when apps are asking about tracking, I generally configure them to where they only track when I have the app open, because with most apps, it's none of my goddamn business where I go at all times. You don't need to be tracking me like that. But as this is a place that's trying to match me up with jobs, and it's matching up with jobs based on physical proximity to the job, and it's using that kind of as an indicator as to who's ready to work at that given time. I need to configure one of these piece of shit phones to be doing that. At all times in my bedroom while I'm working on other stuff. Anything else really to say? No, that's pretty much what I'm working on. So thanks for coming with me on this journey today. And God knows how much my life will have changed by the time I get this posted, because at this point I'm like a week behind, and I know there's going to end up being quite as if I wasn't already ridiculously behind posting my blog, the iPhone 6s screen dying. That put an extra monkey wrench in it. That's put a big monkey wrench in my life. Like, that phone is kind of my lifeline to everything. So, also need to, and I saw it actually when I was trying to shoot video with Obamaphone 5, and ended up getting so frustrated I just turned the thing off because it kept like playing the short little segment of video that it recorded and stopped for no apparent reason. Somehow it just kept looping the audio of that, even though the screen was locked. That's insane. When a screen is locked on Android, it's just supposed to, functionally shut the phone off. But yeah, it just didn't. Obamaphone 5 is awful. UMX, ultimate mobile experience, ultimate bad mobile experience. More like unbelievable mobile experience, as in it's unbelievable that a mobile phone can be that terrible. Yeah, and I don't trust that piece of shit to have it monitoring Manolo either. But I did notice when I was doing that there was a pop-up screen, that a new one from Assurance Wireless telling me I need to contact them. So apparently there was a step I missed. If I can make phone calls on that, that'll help, because I do need to make these phone calls. And my iPhone 6, I fully expect my iPhone 6 to hang up on somebody at any given point, because it senses a touch where the little red button is, even though it's sensing touches that aren't there. Like, it's real dicey using it. I worry about it deleting stuff and changing settings, because it's like little magic ghost fingers running across the screen at all times as I'm attempting to do stuff. So, anyway, thanks for coming with me on this journey, and it's gonna keep getting better. Job interview with Hertz on Monday. I hear back from Pro Logistics regarding that job that Raquel assigned me to yesterday. It's waiting on a background check. But yeah, the further it gets into the month, and what the hell's today's date again? I think it's it's only the 6th. Still, time has passed. This month is flying by. Man, my car was already starting to overheat. The month is flying by fast, and yeah, more income needs to happen. Definitely have to get Winolo to the point where it's giving me notices like at all times with some kind of a loud, audible thing. I'm back inside. It's 12:32 p.m. and as I suspected, looks like Allison is gone. Yeah, she had the walker like kind of here-ish blocking the way.
Kind of left a mess of her mail on the couch. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of hard to separate her mess from my mess. Yeah, the black meowing thing, that's part of my mess. So I have no idea where she went. Hopefully she was paying attention when I gave her transit directions on how to get to the methadone clinic. I was down to give her that ride right now, but obviously she couldn't wait for me. And yeah, that's why I brought all these devices with me in my car. The fact that when she showed back up after disappearing for a week and a half, that she was willing to, without asking, plug in my Droid 4 tells me that she's not respecting my devices enough to not fuck with them. So that means I got to make sure that they're not where she can reach them. So that's why they all went with me. Anyway, my goodness, you act like I've been gone forever. I don't even think I was gone 2 hours, you goofball. All right, I got a lot to get done, and this guy here is acting very attention-starved. So I guess I'll see Allison when she makes her way back here, whenever the hell that is. Hopefully she makes some progress. I mean, she had promised me she was going to help me with a couple of, with trying to get utility assistance, trying to get rent assistance, but, temporary, just to kind of get me through this month. But yeah, so much for following through on the stuff she promised to do. She gone. Hopefully at least she gets some of her stuff done. Makes it to that methadone clinic, if in fact that is something that helps her, and gets to places where she can try to get her assistance going. And hopefully she can find another tent where they're giving away Obamaphones, and this time not let somebody else take the damn thing from her.